Today is gig day, except for this gig is we're hitting the road. By road, I mean air. We are flying to Las Vegas for InfoComm. If you're new to my channel, I am based out of Omaha, and that is supposed to be my flight, but St. Petersburg, I don't think it's Vegas. Checking the departure list, it does say Las Vegas. A5A is on time. Huh. Well, I guess while I wait and hope that magic happens, I can take at the nice renovation that they are doing here in Omaha. Man, that's real pretty. Hey, look at that. I am in the right place. Just like that, I'm boarding the plane. Snacks are not free. They are $4. Man, I need to go in the snack business. And we are here, InfoComm Las Vegas, and it is a balmy 104 already. Thought I was gonna walk in, but the squad showed up and it is time to unload some gear. So let's get started. If you've never heard of InfoComm, me either. Apparently it's kind of like NAMM, except for it's more geared towards the audio and the video side. It's pretty cool to see nothing here. I was not here for setup for NAMM, so I haven't seen this. Apparently they'll come in and magically cover this with carpet. Today we are just unwrapping the lyric prompter gear, and I'm crawling back here because I'm tiny, so I can run power to the booth. I mean, it's really not that different from setting up sound. Little spoiler here, Gmo's been working on the Aircast. So instead of needing cables, you just scan this guy, and then I'm running band helper here, and you can see, look at that, right from my phone. That's super handy. Not sure when he's releasing this, but I'm gonna take this one probably. That's the end of day one setup, and I came right here, so from here, we are gonna go check me into the hotel. It appears that my hotel is attached to Caesar's Palace. You can see that I can gamble pretty much right next to my room. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We are gonna be checking into the hotel and I will be going right to sleep. I am tired. There we go. That was much needed. I was a little flight hungover. What's that called? Jet lagged. There we go. The InfoComm is not starting today, so I'm gonna grab my backpack and I'm gonna go check out downstairs and see what I can find before everybody wakes up. There are quite a few hotels that are connected to the casinos. This one's basically in it, but you can see that you have a normal food court, and then of course there's some fancy dining and bars that are also around the casino. Let's go on an adventure. All the spaces are just massive. It seems this section has turned into kind of a mall with this creepy skull. Well, it's not creepy. It's kind of cool, really. All right, what else we got? This is a little weird. It feels like I'm wearing a VR headset because the sky's painted up there on the ceiling. You can see it's a nice day, I guess. This fountain is just filled with a bunch of statues that are really cool looking. And it's got a little, what do you call those, waterfalls when it's a fountain? Fountain falls? It's very nice. Seems to go about 20 miles to the left and also 20 miles to the right. It's so wild. Oh, look at that. There's a screen up here. That's pretty cool. Finally met up with Gmo, and while I was in the bathroom, he decided to play a machine and he started winning. I guess, while in Vegas, huh? We are going to hit the show here. I don't know what it's called. It's something. The acrobats and stuff. There it is, whatever that word is. They did a lot of crazy stunts. Like, this guy goes all the way to the top here, and you'd think he would just use a rope to get back down or something. He does not. He removes the chairs and climbs all the way back down. If you ever climbed a tree and had a great time, the worst part is coming down. After this, it's to bed because tomorrow is day 1 of InfoComm. Well, I need to pack up all my gear and get heading out. My plan is to take the shuttle. It's supposed to arrive shortly and it shows up a lot. So let's go find it. Now, gang, this is when it all falls apart. This is not where I wanted to go. It's gonna be the theme of this trip. So they said it's out here. There's nothing out here. It's this giant path. It's already about 100, 0 shade. I waited for about 25 minutes, no shuttle. So I guess I go inside and figure out what's going on. The squad told me, just take an Uber. So here's the map, and you can see it says right here, pickup zone for rideshare. Valet said, nope, you need to go somewhere else. So even though this map shows Uber here, off their site, I need to go over here instead. After a giant long walk, the Uber app is saying I'm in the wrong spot and I need to go outside and walk around. I'm pretty frustrated, so we're going inside to our room. Okay, I guess not. Looks like they're doing repairs on the elevator, so I will text the guys and see what they want me to do. An audible has been called, and they are sending somebody to pick me up. Who knew it was so hard to get out of this freaking building? There we go. Look, I'm in a car. I'm on my way. I am super sweaty from all that walking and the heat. Check this out. But you're wearing pants and long sleeves. That's because I am a big wiener, and inside it's actually quite cold. I thought I'd be inside more. Like NAMM, this building is massive. So I'm on my way to booth 8738 to hang out with the fellas. They're already working hard because I've been gone forever, and while I was gone, some exciting news. They have already been nominated for Best of Show. Pretty cool. Maybe it's like NAMM, maybe we'll win. Well, let's take a look at the gear. You've seen this guy several times on my channel. I use it all the time at open mic. This one has a built-in computer though. It has the USB and HDMI inputs. It has a controller because with the computer, obviously you need to have control. And you have the handles on the side for easy transportation. These are what they are calling the Pro Stage ones, and you can see they're horizontal. They come in many sizes. This guy here is the 27 inch. You can pull mount it if you want to. They have SDI in and out as well as HDMI, and they're PowerCon. And this is the larger 32, and they do occasionally do custom colors, but just like all the other units, it can be pull mounted. Has SDI in and out as well as your HDMI and PowerCon for power through. The handles are a bit more rugged on this guy since it is a bit heavier. And then the new kid on the block is the Solaris, and what this is they requested to have some that were brighter screens for when you're playing outdoors. The higher nit makes it so you can see this way better in direct sunlight. And this guy comes with the same inputs as the others, or you can customize. I do really like these lyric prompters. I really want one of these horizontal ones. But what I really like is that it's just a handful of cool guys, and they're actually building these in California. So they're made in the good old USA. Let's hit up RCF. This is what Matt and I like to use quite often. They sound really good, so let's see what they have. The GTX line array system is a little bit out of our price range, but maybe we can partner up with RCF. I love that they use rubber on the handles, just way easier to move around. They have a few different sizes of the line arrays available in these. Look at this big boy. Man, I'll be pumping some Sweet Home Alabama. Look who I ran into. It's Brian and Michael. I've watched their stuff a few times. Small world. Alright, this is more the stuff that we'd be using. Well, most of us doing bar gigs anyway. This is kind of their budget-friendly art range. They have a 15-inch. They have a 12-inch. And then they offer it in 10s, which I'm starting to see more 10s from companies. They also have this display here with 3 little arrays on there. People like to comment that Matt and I are doing it wrong by stacking 3. So it's interesting to see that they have put the HL6s 3 high. They have these guys pole mounted on their 15-inch woofer. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I think I'm really curious how crazy these would sound and if they would actually work for a live band. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't, but you never know. I really like that this subwoofer has a cart that attaches to it, so it doesn't always have to be on there. That way you don't get the rattling wheels. It's a very cool design. On to the next booth. Look at this little par light. Jeez. You could light up the moon with this guy. Looks like it's made by GLP Lighting. He showed me that Post Malone, I believe, Bad Bunny, and they used it on a UFC fight in the front lawn of the White House. What a time to be alive. Well, let's hit up stuff that I can't afford, but I can touch here. I think I played with this guy a little bit at NAMM. Gigantic unit that I would never be able to use, but the faders feel real nice, and the buttons, you can actually tell there's some quality here. What's interesting is this little one that's more at my speed, it started talking to me. So what it is, it's actually designed for blind sound engineers. Every time you move a fader or hit a button, it does a cue and tells you what it is doing. Alright, let's continue our adventure. Here we are at the Shure booth. Alright. Jeez, that guy's tall. I miss Matt. Does anybody else miss Matt? It's not as busy as it was in NAMM. I was able to actually check out the Axion stuff, and judging by the color display, that means I cannot afford this. These receiver packs seem really nice. They're all metal, and oh wow, it has like a rotary click. And there we are. We're back in my tax bracket. Getting a little crazy there for a minute. Anybody out there using these Nexdyne? These new Shure microphones? I'm really curious how they compare to the good old Beta 58. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's really nice. Think they'd give me one of those? I should ask. So this side is all TVs and LED light walls and panels and such. Really kind of curious to check this stuff out. I literally know next to nothing about it, so it might be interesting. This is my first time seeing one of these panels up close. Seems pretty straightforward, kind of like running DMX, just take your time, I guess. This one, however, looks a little different. The black in this is really rich, looks nice. Now, this I understand. Look at that. That is really clean TV. I think a lot of people like LG TVs. I could use a 136-inch TV. I'd put it above my fireplace. You know, TV's too high. But look at those colors. Wow. It's only 4K, but that looks really, really sharp. Look at that, even zoomed in. Pretty nuts. Well, we're back home, and we're not really doing anything tonight. People were up late gambling, so they're going to go to bed early. So I guess I'll just walk around tonight on my own. Look at all these people cooking. It's 109 degrees. Ugh. I walked around by myself. It was 95 degrees. Way nicer. Got offered to buy some gold jewelry off a guy who needed gas. Apparently, he's from Dubai. I think it was legit, you guys. All right, off to bed. I am up early. Gmo suggested that I walk over to a neighboring casino, and apparently they have a tram. It's really easy to get to. So, let's get lost, guys. So this tram is not the same as the other one. This one just goes in between hotels. So I'm taking it over to his hotel, but I have to walk outside. But it is early, so it's actually pretty nice out here. So it seems all these hotels have giant malls connected to them. All right, here we go. Hey, there it is. Aria Tram. Let's go. More walking. This could be like one of the Lord of the Rings movies, like the first one, where you just walk. Hey, there we go. Okay, so after a bunch of escalators later, I was told there would be a tram. There it is. It's so sparkly. It's interesting. Windows here are tinted gold or blue. I assume it's to keep the heat out. We do not have that where I am from, in Farmville, Nebraska. Hey, there we go. Now, this is where I was walking through another mall. I was like, is this it? Like, this is really fancy. And I'm really curious if ever at some point this was packed with people and it's just dead now. It's gonna be a shock, guys, but I went the wrong way. I have finally found the hotel I'm supposed to go to. Now I'll just text Gmo and wait for him to come down. Here we are, back at InfoComm, day 3, 2, I don't know, I lost track. You guys lost track. We all lost track. They have a little flyer here showing all the pros that use this. Why is my picture not on there? Well, dudes, looks like you got this under control. I'm gonna go ask Michael some questions. Matt and I stack RCF HDL10s like this, and we get crap about it, so I'm gonna ask Michael if this is really dumb or not. Michael's explanation was, as long as we are not shooting them straight as a beam, we should be doing just fine. Yes, a point source probably would work for us in most cases, but honestly, some people look at an array and they think it looks nicer, so there's perceived value also. So is it dumb? No. But is it the smartest thing? Also no. I'm going upstairs to check out the EV booth. The sound rooms or demo rooms were really neat at NAMM. I'm not sure what to expect here, but we'll see.
You'll have 2 virtual hosts for the duration today. I'm Rob Ferguson, Director of Product Management.
So here's what I've learned about InfoComm. It's not really for us plebes that are doing cover bands. It's more like church installs and business installs and places where speakers aren't moving. Well, here's a booth I did not expect. I'm not sure you're ready for this. Aw, look at the little puppy. I guess if you're stressed out, you can take a break over here and got some really cute puppies. Well, I saw an Insta360 bag, so I'm gonna head over here. I wanna see the Luna. I bought a Pocket 4. It is not as good as my iPhone 17 in low light, so I kinda wanna see what this does. They did not have the Luna on display for some reason, but they had their answer to the Mic 3. I haven't seen this before, but it looks very similar, the USB-C connector, and then it has this display. I didn't really understand it. I was confused because it looks like paper. But then one of the booth employees told me that if I clicked on here, it would actually change it? The heck? Oh, that's wild. That reminds me of like when an octopus changes colors. I learned later this paper display is actually a big deal. On my way back, I noticed this big ol' wall. It just looks like a LCD screen, but it's a virtual tagging booth. They had these little tiny cans of spray paint, and they could tag this wall. That's pretty fun. I caught up with the guys after the show, and we are going to head out down to Fremont Street. I guess that's the original Vegas Strip. Should be a lot of fun to check out. I'm sure it's going to be crazy warm outside like before. So a pro tip, if you come to InfoComm, get your ride early or cook out on the asphalt. Ugh, that's awful. Thankfully, these guys drove, so I can just get in their car. Here we are, Fremont Street. Just gonna get some parking figured out here, if you can read that display that's been scratched on. For some reason, I only had vertical video of this. If you haven't been, it's really interesting. They have some sort of crazy zip line that people fly across the top up there too. Brian invited me to an RCF party, and I didn't really understand at the time because I already had plans, but this whole strip is loaded with RCF speakers. Check that out. Gmo told me that a lot of cool bands actually play here in this spot, and you can kind of see some crazy setup here hanging like every few feet. Like, this is wild. Some sort of U shape. I'm assuming that's a sub sitting on top of it. And if you look at this fantastic video I shot that won't make you sick to your stomach at all, you can see there's some lining it all the way down. That's wild. Here it is, the last day of InfoComm. A little surreal. You get used to where you're at pretty quickly. I forgot to mention, look at this. Winner of Best of Show InfoComm. It's really fun to be a part of the team and actually watch them firsthand experience winning these. They had this tour going around and they all had headphones, which is kind of odd, but it makes sense because then everybody can hear really well. So he gave a little presentation in the morning, and while he's doing that, I'm gonna go check out some more stuff. I didn't realize that this was new. I thought this was at NAMM, but this column speaker setup is new to this show, so it's the EVOX V15. These are really cool. I like the idea of these because they're so easy in theory to transport, and they look really nice. A lot of DJs, a lot of acoustic acts use these. In fact, I'm gonna start playing acoustic in a duo soon, so I'll probably pick up something similar. The only thing I don't like about some of these systems is you can't direct the top, like it's stuck in the column. Oh well, it's more about how they sound. I saw this brand, which I'd never heard of until they installed them at Guitars and Cadillacs. And I don't know if you've seen these speakers, but in person, they are crystal clear. They're really interesting. And when I first saw them, I thought, this is a weird system, because I'm used to something like this one, where it looks like a standard line array box. And if I keep this up, I'm gonna lose all my credibility. These guys have the nice little rain cover on the back, and I like how much easier it is to get the right angle on these. That's a cool design. They have this system here which connects to them passively so that you can see if the boxes are actually engaged and working without having to climb clear up there. How did this guy get let in? That's crazy. He's got a little wheel. I noticed this Evolve speaker had some antenna coming off of it, and it was playing music and it sounded really good. I was really curious about this. I was chatting up with my random new best friend, and he told me this was from RF Venue. But you can see, this would be really nice to get some distance if you're doing like a satellite speaker. Way better than kind of how we're doing it now, I think. But there was more speakers, like here's some Bose ones, and you can see on the back it's running the same system. So we're gonna head over to RF Venue and ask him about it. So Paul helped me out, and he was very informative. He told me that this is an analog FM UHF receiver and transmitter, and it's stereo, or you can do mono, and it can be sent to an unlimited amount of receivers. And it can be paired with their antennas that extend. And I asked why I would choose that over one of these, because they're more expensive. Essentially because of those little antenna on the side, it's a 2-in-1 system. So I might have to check one of these guys out for myself. Well, there you have it. We survived InfoComm. I had a lot of fun hanging out with the lyric prompter guys and seeing everything and getting lost every time I tried to leave the stinking casino. I got to see some shows. I got to watch Gmo win some money. I did not win any money. Gambling didn't work for me. But it was fun to be a part of this. It was great that we won Best of Show, and I can't wait to hit another convention. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. And like always, I'll see you at the next gig.